The Jeff Cowan coming to you from thejeffcowan.com with my weekly podcast entitled Success in Professional Sales and Life in General. Welcome back, everybody. I tell you, over the last few weeks, I know that I've hit a note here because I have been getting many texts, emails, and telephone calls from the likes of you telling me you like what you're hearing. And you know that we've been working on closing in specific closes, and you like what I'm delivering to you. And I think that what people are really lighting up to, because boy, I got a lot of requests for this, is this. When I'm giving you some of these closes, they may not have to sometimes surround them around a product. And maybe your product isn't what I'm using as an example. Well, I'm going to offer this to you if you want to do this. If I give you a close and you say, I see where that would work with me, but maybe I need to reword it, but you don't know how, send me a brochure of your product. I will take and reword the close for you, and then you can use it with your product. Because the one I got today, it's a great one. This one I'm going to talk about today is called the Why Would You Want to Do That Close? Why would you want to do that close? Now, where this close is used best, it's used when you're presenting a product that people pretty much have to buy. For example, let's say that you're in a tire business and you've got a client or a customer and they've come in a vehicle and there's no tread on their tires. I mean, it's a dangerous situation. It's a safety concern. Or let's say that you are in the window business, home windows, and you visit a customer's house and their whole front window is all knocked out because somebody hit a baseball through it or a golf ball through it. I mean, they have to get that glass, right? Or maybe there was a storm and a tree fell on their roof and now there's a hole in their roof. Or maybe let's do something that's not so tragic. Maybe you're in the software business, and maybe you've got a new software program that the client is required to purchase because of state regulations, federal regulations, or just the industry regulations. They have to have this stuff, right? So this is a great close. Why would you want to do this? Now, here's when this is most effective. For example, let's stick with the tire thing just for ease of presentation here. Let's say that you just got through working with a customer, that you found out that they have no tread on their tires are bad, it's bald, it's really a safety concern, right? And so you present your tires, and they look back at you and say, no, I think I need to think about that. Well, how can you say no in a safety concern? How can you say no, for example, if you've got a knocked out window? How can you say no if you've got a hole in your roof? How can you say no if your fence is blown over and you got dogs? I mean, how can you say no if you need this updated computer, right? How can you say no, I want to think about it? This close will give you an 80 to 90% closing ratio, and here's why it works. Many, many times I've found that when customers say no to you, it's because they've been programmed to say no. It's a natural defense mechanism. All right, they've been trained to say no at least once because they don't look like laydowns, they don't look like they're stupid, they don't look overeager. And so sometimes people even look at it as a negotiation tactic. And this is easy to prove out. Next time you're at a mall, go by any clothing store, men or women's, it doesn't make any difference. Or next time you're around a car dealership or any place where there's customers that come in, it's easy to watch how they interact with the salespeople. And watch what happens when these customers go in these places of business. They're typically approached by a salesperson or a clerk, and in this case it'd be a clerk because a salesperson would never say this, but the clerk walks up and says, can I help you find something? The customer almost always will look back and say, no, I'm just looking. They'll pause for 2 or 3 seconds and then they'll ask this, but can you tell me, do you have white shirts? So my question is, are you just looking? Are you looking for white shirts? Because it almost always says, hey, can I help you find something? No, we're just looking. But where are the pickup trucks? Well, are you looking for a pickup truck, or are you just looking? So you see where I'm going with that, right? So it's like they're programmed to say no. So this is normal. But where this close really comes in is when they do that, and it's really not defensible because they have to have it. Hole in the roof, hole in the window, bald tires. They have to have the software update. So what do you do? Let's stick with the tire example, and let me give you the close. This is why would you want to do that? You make the presentation. You ask the customer to buy, and they say, no, I think I'm going to think about it for a day or so. You simply look back at them, and here's the whole close. You say this. Why would you want to do that? Okay, again, why would you want to do that? Now, what this does, and it's really important after you ask that question that you shut up, by the way, and I mean shut up. Why would you want to do that? And I don't care if there's 3 seconds of silence, 15 seconds of silence, 30 seconds of silence. The silence is so uncomfortable you can't bear it. You don't say anything because by you shutting up after looking at them and asking, why would you want to do that? What it does, this is the secret to making it work, by the way, is it forces them to defend what is obviously a dumb decision. And you know what's great about this is dumb decisions are indefensible. So typically what the customer does, they stand there for a second after you say, why would you want to do that? And they look back and you go, yeah, I guess that'd be kind of stupid for me not to do this, wouldn't it? And then you would say, here's the rest of the close, I don't know if I'd use the word stupid, but I do think you'd be smart to get this taken care of, so I'll go ahead and I'll add it to the order, and then you won't have to worry about it. Now, here's the secret. If they don't stop, and you start writing, or you start typing, right? Because if they don't stop you from writing and typing, guess what? They just bought. And 70 to 90% of the time, this is a strong close, they will not stop you because they have to have your product under one of these circumstances. So again, it's called Why Would You Want to Do That close. It's highly effective. I use this close, and I've used this close thousands of times. As a matter of fact, I used it just yesterday and with a client and sold a whole bunch of training, by the way. So it's a very effective close. And again, if your product is slightly different, you say, I don't know how I would use this with mine, would you help me out? Send me a brochure, I'll help you write the close. It's no big deal. I'll get it back to you within a week. Hey, my name's The Jeff Cowan from thejeffcowan.com, and here's what I want you to do. Between now and next week, I want you to go find as many customers as you can, and I want you to get them as excited as you can about your product so they buy your product and you get paid a commission that's going to allow you to live the lifestyle that you so deserve, because between now and next week, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go find as many customers as I can. I'm going to get them extremely excited about my product. I'm going to close them on my product. I'm going to collect the commission. I'm going to take that commission and continue the unbelievably fantastic lifestyle that I have. I've worked hard, I've earned it, and that's what I'm trying to show you how to do. Is if you're working hard, I'm going to show you how to earn it by being smart and being the best closer you can be. You just keep coming back to this podcast. It'll happen for you. Hey, see you next week, okay? Take care.